The scheming woman happily opened the room prepared for her by the older woman, only to find it was a stinky garbage room in the house. The reason the older woman treated her like this was because she wanted to avenge the girl. 3 days ago, the girl accidentally caught the man with the scheming woman. She panicked and, tragically, passed away. Seeing the girl had stopped breathing, the scheming woman naively believed that with the older woman's approval, she could marry into a wealthy family. So the next day she ran to the older woman, begging for permission to be with the man, unaware that the man was merely a live-in son-in-law. The scheming woman mistook the older woman for his mother, and began serving her tea and being overly attentive, hoping to gain her approval while the man was away on a business trip. The older woman decided to play along. To make the man and scheming woman who caused the girl's death pay dearly, she let the scheming woman move into the mansion, saying she wanted to assess her as a future daughter-in-law. The clueless scheming woman moved in immediately. As soon as she entered, she started bossing the maid around, acting like the mistress of the house, unaware that from the moment she stepped in, she had entered a hell prepared just for her. The next day she began unpacking, saw no maid to greet her, so she laid down house rules for the maid, then deliberately chose the girl's room, and ordered the maid to throw everything out. The maid was uneasy. Seeing no response, the scheming woman assumed she had the right to act like a wealthy daughter-in-law, but then the older woman stopped her immediately. When the scheming woman saw her, she quickly pretended to be considerate, saying this would be the future wedding room, and it was bad luck to keep the deceased girl's things, but the older woman told her a different wedding room had already been arranged, then led her there. When the scheming woman opened the door, she found it was a garbage room. She protested immediately, but the older woman sternly reminded her, though the family was rich, they had started from nothing, and one must never forget their roots. To make her more obedient, the older woman handed her a task list, demanding she complete the housework on it, saying every daughter-in-law must be evaluated before joining the family, and if she refused, she could leave right away. The scheming woman didn't dare complain, and started doing chores immediately. From laundry to cooking to cleaning, she did all the maid's work alone, eventually collapsing asleep on the toilet. But the older woman wouldn't let her rest. She sent the maid to splash water on her to wake her up. The scheming woman flew into a rage, about to scold the maid, but the older woman appeared, and warned her. The maid was an elder in the house, even she had to show respect. How dare an outsider be disrespectful? She then announced the scheming woman had failed the assessment. The scheming woman immediately knelt and apologized to the maid, but the vengeful older woman had no intention of forgiving so easily. She said she saw how hard the scheming woman had worked, so she had prepared a gift for her. The scheming woman saw hope in those words, but when she opened the package, she was shocked to find a pair of worn-out shoes. She was about to refuse, but the maid explained the family's rules. Refusing the first gift from the older woman meant disrespect. The scheming woman had no choice but to wear the worn shoes with tears in her eyes. Then the older woman took her to the girl's memorial hall, and told her to kneel before the girl. The scheming woman refused, but the older woman used family rules to force her, saying the girl was the rightful wife of the house. If the scheming woman wanted to marry in, she had to kneel formally, wanting to become a rich wife. The scheming woman once again fell into the trap. 3 hours passed. The older woman finally let her go, and announced she had passed the evaluation. She